it going to be the right hand?
You know, a lot of guys will keep off the left shoulder, jab, jab, jab with the left hand, and then throw the right behind him. But this guy's trying to sneak off the right shoulder of Ola and throw the hook and then follow it up with a big right hand. I think you're absolutely right, Benny. I think you're right on the money for what this guy wants to do.
And he's just setting him up, turning him.
And that's a very good point what you said there. Turning him, he's just trying to spin this guy around, try and get his legs crossed up. See, Simms does a lot of things that very, very good fighters do. And like turning the guy, spinning him around, getting his legs crossed up, try to get him off balance, and then he'll land a big power shot. Closing seconds of the third round. Here in this replay, Benny.
Yeah, senseless taunting.
He's just asking for it. But he's asking for it. Here we go, round 4, the Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Benny. Benny Ricardo, you're watching Guilty Fight Night here. Glad wherever you're watching across the United States, around the world, that you can be with us. He dropped the right-hand shot on Ola's left side of the jaw that time. There's the left hook. So it looks like Simms wants to pick up the pace. He switches back to an orthodox fighter now. He'll switch back and forth. We discussed it with him. He says, well, he's sort of ambidextrous, which is different than some of the guys that lose tremendous amount of power when they switch up. I still don't like it. There's no reason for him to switch to southpaw. No. He's a very, very good right-handed fighter.
I think it just screws up their balance, takes away their speed.
Benny, it takes away speed, it takes away timing. It opens them up to be counterpunched. And your punches, you lose accuracy when you do that. Now, Ola loaded up a shot, and Simms smiled at him that time. Has a right hand, he's not smiling now.
He said, if you thought that was lucky, here's another one for you.
All right, now Ola's committing himself to his punches. Getting his hip into it, getting his leg into it. He's going to drive up that back foot. He has a tendency to want to fall with his jab and back off. And, you know, that's one of the things that he said we were criticizing him about. And again, no, we weren't criticizing. We were instructing him, you can't get any power with your jab if you're backing up. The only guy that could do it a little bit was years ago. That was Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. But Larry had one of the best jabs in the history of boxing.
Well, who can forget that fight against Norton when he won that fight one-handed with that jab?
That's right. This is round 4. It's scheduled for 8. We're in the cruiserweight division. A world-class fighter in Michael Simms, who you're going to hear a lot more about. Unless Ola Afolabi can nail him with a shot. He hit him with a pretty good right hand that time. It didn't apparently hurt him.
He did, and that right hand backed him up. And it's the body shot. It was the body shot that hurt him.
A nice uppercut. Now Ola's committing to his punches. And he needs to go back to the body and try to soften him up. Instead, he lets him out of the corner. What's he thinking of? Unless he wants to get punching room. But he's going to keep the pressure on him now.
And you wonder if Simms thinks that he can make Afolabi punch himself out.
Well, maybe that's what he thinks if he didn't get hurt by those shots. But Ola's having his best round of the fight here in round 4. He let him out of that corner, Benny.
Yeah, but you look at the eyes of Simms, he doesn't appear to be hurt.
Well, he doesn't, but Ola's got a lot more confidence right now. He hangs his chin in there. That's a mistake. You can't play with this guy. See him pouring now? What he needs to be doing is going downstairs and staying with his program. This is a good round for Ola Afolabi. Closing seconds. Now he takes a shot to the body. He's back upstairs. There's a wild left took that time by Simms. And he misses Ola. There's the bell to end the 4th. Like the back of his hand at him, and Toby right on top of that says, hey, you can't do that. Keep your fists closed and throw your punches properly.
Well, I said he learned a lot of things in the gym since his last fight against James Walton.
But he slips back into things, Benny. He slips back into that backing off and punching, this pillow punching that he's done at different times. And, you know, if he's just trying to cruise around, I'd rather see him hang on to him like this. Even though Toby says, no, you can't hold. I'd rather see him grab and walk it back and gain his time that way. Let the referee break him up. But see, he makes a lot of mistakes, Benny. He lets this guy control the kill zone. He doesn't have that jab up there. He doesn't commit to the jab. And this round's up for grabs, and Ola needs this round.
But then on the other side, I'm question is, Simms, that right hand is there. Look how low that left hand of Afolabi is. The right hand is there for Simms. Why doesn't he throw it?
Well, that's a good point, too, but Ola's been giving him a lot of that juke and motion with the shoulders and head. A lot of head movement. He missed that right hand that time. Now, what's he doing fighting as a southpaw? What in the name of the Lord is he doing?
Okay, now watch right here. Now spin him. Simms can spin him.
He's not doing it, though, Benny, and that's what he should be doing. Instead, he lets Ola off the hook that time. Ola stays in there without throwing anything on the inside. He needs to be. See, look at that when he switched around. As you take a look at the feet of the southpaw, when he fought as a southpaw. Listen, a frustrated guy to fight, though. I got to say that for him. He will frustrate you.
Boy, he's got that 5-inch reach advantage. Another low shot right there.
You guys are putting me to sleep.
That sums it up right there. Referee Toby gives us in, you put me to sleep.
Toby says, hey, you better pick up the pace, in other words. He says, you're putting me to sleep. Now, a good referee wants to make sure it's a good contest, a good professional fight. Ola goes to the right-hand lead, but you know something? He didn't load it up. He's going to be driving off that back foot, or at least turn his hip and get his shoulder into it. And now here he is fighting as a southpaw, misses with the left hand, and that's exactly what I talk about. When a guy switches to southpaw, he loses the accuracy that he would have instead of hooking with the left hand like he can do. But you know something? Ola probably won this round because he did more than Simms. Closing seconds in the 5th round. I think Ola won that round. The comments of referee Toby Gibson. He said, you're putting us to sleep. So that both guys want to pick up the pace, and in Simms' corner, they said, boy, you got to start a fire underneath your butt because you got to get going here. Ola won't let the referee say anything to him without saying something back. You just can't resist it. Both guys seem to want to pick up the pace here in the 6th round.
Well, in the corner, Simms, they were yelling about that. You know, he's got to get that right hand off. And again, he goes back to that southpaw, and look at him, totally awkward.
Yeah, when he fights a southpaw, he has no power at all. I don't know why he does it. And especially a guy with this kind of experience, why he's doing it. Because he's not confusing Ola at all. Ola is waiting too much down there. Oh, he almost had a chance to slip that right hand in there. And that's what I mean about exposing yourself. When you're a natural right-handed fighter and you go to southpaw, you don't have the good defense. It's easier to hit because you're not used to fighting coming at you from the other angle. And you're not confusing the guy as much as you're exposing yourself. See that right hand get through there? And it's there all night if Ola just goes for it.
But that's what he's got to be willing to pay the price to come inside and fire that shot. That's something he's not doing right now.
And he's not committing to the jab. If he would drive off the back foot, throw his jab like he meant it, either upstairs or downstairs, and cut loose with that right hand. While he's fighting as a southpaw, it's surprising me how many mistakes that Michael Simms is making, too, with this guy. Because, again, Ola's a frustrating guy to fight, so, you know, you can see that for yourself.
But as long as he stays at the southpaw, Michael Simms does, Afolabi's got a chance, especially with that right hand.
Well, Afolabi's doing more work in there right now. With a minute and 10 seconds to go, he wins this round, he's got this fight dead even. And don't forget, some judges may have given the 3rd round to Ola because Simms started slowing down after 2. Ola should come back to those body shots, too. He's been head hunting, comes with a nice uppercut. Now this time he comes off the ropes. But Simms looks like he might have some sort of second win, but he's not landing anything. Ola should, oh man, is he in position now? What's he doing switching to southpaw? Now he's back orthodox. Nails him with the right hand.
But he doesn't follow it. You got to land that one right hand. You got to come right behind that and land some more.
All right, Toby's calling time and he's going to lose a point. This is a killer at this stage of the game for him to lose that point. He was right back in the fight, losing that point, puts him 2 rounds behind now. He can't possibly win this round now. And if some judges give this round to Simms, he's blown the fight with that low blow. That's just carelessness on Ola's part.
And it's part of the learning experience, but boy, I just want to see more aggressiveness out of Ola Afolabi. Because, I mean, he's got the ability, Colonel.
He has it. He fights in spurts. He makes a lot of mistakes, but I'll tell you, the guy has the ability with the proper coaching, which he's getting. They're telling him the right things in the corner. I think Ola still won the round, but it becomes a 9-9 round with him losing the point. So he doesn't get the effect of winning the round.
And this is uncharted waters now for Ola Afolabi. He's never gone past 6 rounds. So we'll see now. He's going to really be tested as far as physical conditioning on the part of Simms. He has gone as much as 12 rounds. When he lost to Felix Cora Jr., that was a majority decision in 12-round fight.
Benny, we've got the replays. Frank Staff has caught these. Watch this. No question about it.
And right in front of referee Toby Gibson, too.
And that one, the way he threw it, I know he was going for his belly, but you got to have more control in that. And that's sloppiness on Ola's part.
Let's do this. Let's go.
So now we're going to really see what kind of shape Ola Afolabi is now in the 7th round.
Well, he thought originally he was fighting a 6-round fight. Yesterday they changed it to an 8-rounder, so let's hope for his sake he's in shape. And for Michael Simms, as you take a look at my scorecard, the reason there's the 9-9 round there is because I had Afolabi winning the round 10-9, and then, of course, with the point taken away, it becomes a 9-9 round. If the judges see it that way, it's still a 1-point fight, in my opinion. And his Simms coming back now trying to put pressure on Ola. Ola stands flat-footed. Man, you know, he doesn't have much room in his legs at all.
Absolutely not. For a guy whose idol is Peter Schmeichel, the great German goalie, he sure has no foot movement at all. Just relying on that great wingspan.
He's got a great wingspan. Remember, he's got a 5.5-inch reach advantage. But he has to use it because he's elected to fight on the inside a lot. He's odd when he's been on the outside.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
First minute's gone in this round, and it's still a wide-open round. Both guys have landed a certain amount of shots here. Ola bounces that one off the forehead. Simms continues to fight as a southpaw, and he gets tagged. Ola wants to blast him to the belly, Benny, and he just can't seem to do it.
Yeah, but what he's got to do, he's got to learn to attack the body better. And that's hook. Hook to the body. Don't be throwing straight shots to the body, but hook to the body. And then move around it. But like you said, he doesn't move his feet, so he's not able to do that. He can't pivot at all.
He likes to show the upper body movement, but he makes a mistake with his feet. Instead of just bouncing to the outside and getting his angle. He's not getting any angles. And Simms, by the way, isn't doing much more.
Come on.
Look at the feet. You see this? Both of them standing flat-footed right in front of each other. I'm surprised that Simms not there giving some more movement. And I'm also surprised at how much he's fighting as a southpaw. He can't hurt Afolabi when he fights and throws that left hand, which is supposed to be a power shot for southpaw. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the accuracy. And Toby Gibson trying to get the best out of these guys, almost acting as a cheerleader in there to try to keep them going. Afolabi landing shots. He's a busier fighter than his Simms, and his busyness with all the mistakes he made might be able to pull his fight out. And they just trade a little bit there. You see him flat-footed, Benny.
Oh, totally. But look at the eyes of Toby Gibson. We get a chance to get a shot of those. He just looks so disgusted. It's almost like you're right. He should be a cheerleader saying, move to the left, move to the right, stand up, sit down, fight.
Well, Toby knows that part of the referee's job is to try and encourage a good contest. And this fight, with neither guy showing any foot movement, and Simms doing a lot of fighting as a southpaw, losing accuracy, losing power. I mean, in the first couple of rounds, I thought this guy was going to really outbox the daylights out of Ola. I mean, he's been in training for a couple of weeks, more than a couple of weeks, about 6 or 7 weeks, as he was getting the fight next week and took this fight. Here we comes the bell now to end round number 7, and I think Ola may have won it.
Get ready for high school football with Jim Beam Sports Night. We're profiling 7 schools in 7 nights to see how the state's powers stack up this season. Back to school, back to football, presented by Wendy's. Tonight at 10.
Ola Afolabi decked out in the white with the black. I've got this fight, Benny, and I think you have it the same way did even Michael Simms in the red trunks.
Yes, it's up for grabs. Whoever gets this round right here wins the fight.
Can win the fight because I gave Simms the 3rd round and Afolabi could have pulled that one out, and I gave Afolabi the 7th round and Simms could have got that in the scorecard. We'll see.
But look at Simms, still fighting as a southpaw, still hanging that left hand, and now trying to throw uppercuts.
Did he catch a piece of him?
He did.
He caught a piece of him, surprised him with that uppercut. I mean, he's not good on his feet to begin with, and then he's very flat-footed right now, and if he's losing the knees, then he's going to have some problems. So Simms, with all of this southpaw fighting, is sort of surprised Oh, man. Oh, he could caught with a right hand in there by Simms. But again, it's a right hand from the southpaw.
Yeah,
The power.
you took the word right out of my mouth. If he would just go back to being a right-handed fighter, and that right hand can't get in. I remember the fight that we did with Carlos Ibarra fought Ola, and Ola was being tagged by Ibarra inside. Ibarra was able to get inside on him, and then eventually it got almost like made Afolabi mad, and then he started fighting better from the outside.
Well, Ola's easy to get in the inside because his jab is so weak because he doesn't drive off his back foot. He throws arm punches. When he comes in, when he commits himself like that, he's fine. But you know something, Vinny? He's exhausted. The combination of it being the 8th round, his first 8-round fight, and the fact that he gets tagged with a pretty good uppercut in there early in this round, he's not having a very good 8th round.
Absolutely not. You know what? If Simms just goes back to being a right-handed, he can tag Afolabi right here. Switch to the right hand. Look at how low that left hand of Afolabi is.
Afolabi is very arm-weary right now. He's leg-weary. He's trying to throw punches. He's trying to stay busy. He has the desire. And Simms isn't doing much better, but he's doing more than Ola is because he caught him with that punch that hurt. I just don't understand all of this southpaw stuff unless he fooled us and is a southpaw. And, you know, but he's the type of experience that he's had. He's made too many mistakes in southpaw to be a natural southpaw.
And especially when you get a chance right here to fight in Las Vegas, come on in and impress some people with a good showing. Fighting from a southpaw is not going to do it.
This Afolabi trying to give him one last big shot to take this guy down. And he really needs to catch him a few times or he's not going to win this round and may not win the fight. This has been the best round since the 3rd round for Simms in the closing seconds. Ola needs to catch him, but he's very arm-weary right now. Now they try to close it strong. I'm going to give that round to Simms, and then on my score sheet it would be a victory for Simms. Ola just ran out of gas in the 8th round. Of course, that uppercut that he got nailed with has a lot to do with it, too.
Plus, that was uncharted waters. Afolabi's never gone past 6 rounds. Gets in there in an 8th round fight against a very tough guy in Michael Simms.
Simms sitting down in his stool looks like he's gassed. I've got it scored 76-75 in favor of Simms, but the official judges are Adelaide Bird, Paul Smith, and Glenn Trowbridge. Remember, I had 2 rounds. The 3rd round that I gave to Simms that could have been Afolabi's, and that would create a draw. But there's also the 7th round that I gave Afolabi that could have been Simms, and that would give Simms a 2-point victory. So, I mean, this one's very interesting. All right, Benny, let's take a look at how the whole thing unfolded.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a very short night for Michael Simms. He started off as a right-handed fighter and was tagging Afolabi with the right hand. Then at the 4th round, all of a sudden, Ola Afolabi gained his confidence, landed a couple of wicked body shots, and that seemed to turn it around for him. He was able to back up Michael Simms, but then again, just when he had him on the rope, he let him go. He let him get away from there. In the 6th round, that was the low blow, where Toby Gibson took away a point from Ola Afolabi. That might be the difference in this particular fight. The 7th round, it was a totally arm-wearing Ola Afolabi, not able to get anything on those punches. Michael Simms did just enough to go ahead and win that one in the 8th round. It was that right hand, that tag Afolabi, that really slowed them down, and I think Michael Simms wins this fight by 1 point.
Well, it's a 1 point one way or the other because Afolabi was busy through most of the fight. The judges in Las Vegas like that. That's my scorecard. You see the 6th round highlighted that it was 9-9, and that's because Afolabi, in my opinion, won that round, had the point taken away. Remember, back in that 3rd round, that could have gone Afolabi's way, and if it did, Afolabi wins the fight. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Vamos a las tarjetas de los jueces. And we have a unanimous decision. Tenemos una decisión unánime. Judge at ringside. Paul Smith scores the bout 78-73. Smith anotó 78-73. While judges Adelaide Bird and Glenn Trowbridge reached the same score, 77-74. Bird y Trowbridge anotaron el mismo 77-74. All 3 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, el ganador por decisión unánime de Los Angeles, California, Ola Kryptonite Afolabi.
Hey, how about that, Benny? As I take a look at my score sheet, the judges only gave the first 2 rounds to Simms. They gave everything else to Ola Afolabi, so they weren't fooled by the 3rd round as I was, and they weren't fooled by the 8th round. They thought that Ola won that as well. So Ola gets a 77-74 on Adelaide Birds, 78-73 Paul Smith, and 77-74 by Glenn Trowbridge. They were very convinced that he won that fight.
Absolutely. But, I just hope all it takes is a learning experience. To say to himself, I can fight with these guys. This is a guy had 164 fights. I can fight with these guys. I just got to get in shape.
Well, Ola got away with a lot of stuff tonight, but he pulled it out, and that was terrific that he got the win for Ola Afolabi, whose record goes to 10-1.
Battle with Jean-Marc Morbeck.